Namaste. I got some new trees a couple of days ago, and I figure I might as well talk about my thought processes when it comes to pruning and thinking about future developments. This is mostly a bonsai post, I suppose, but you never know, it could become philosophical. These are Japanese mountain maples or Yama Momiji. The ones in the back, the one on the left is a chojubai, what the Japanese call a Japanese quince. And the one on the right is a Shirobana Misanzashi, or a Japanese hawthorn. And I started pruning a little bit lightly, the ones in the back already, because I didn't want to waste the energy that the tree is uh, using to push out the leaves, all the sugars and the energy that had been stored in the roots, and then now it's time to push out all those green leaves. And so I wanted to cut them as soon as I could, but there are a few more that I do want to trim. And the ones in the front are Japanese mountain maples, and I learned from Perplexity, which is an AI search app, I guess, or a website. And, they didn't recommend pruning the Japanese maples anymore at this time, before the buds break. But the local bonsai master that I have become acquainted with, he says as long as it's not February when the leaves or the generation of the leaves is really soaking up a lot of water, and cutting it at that time causes a lot of leakage, I guess, for the tree, wounds. And as long as it's not February, he said now is still fine. So I tend to listen to what the local masters say, even if scientifically it is recommended not to do certain things. But in practice, of course, I think direct experience is a little bit better. So this is what we'll look at. So Japanese mountain maples are a little more strong in the sun than other maples. And yeah, this one has way too many leaves here, so I need to start thinking. And I've already looked at it and thought about it, and I'm gonna cut right here, a part here. Yeah, and then I don't like too many going up, and so that one definitely needs to go. This one, I'm not sure. It could be useful later, but this one right here, I don't seem to like right here. And I'll move that one. Ooh. Let's see. Some of these have very long internodes, and I don't really like that. And so they'll be hard to do anything with when it comes to refinement. Let's see. I don't want to cut too much right now. Maybe I'll save some for later once I start to really figure out what I want to do. But this one is a little bit strange there, so I may cut that. Actually, I will cut that after all. Okay. And I think I want a leader to come up. Probably this one could be a nice leader. I got this one because it looks like a corkscrew. I mean, not a corkscrew. A corkscrew shape, which is more common in, say, pine development. But I do kind of like it. So I kind of want to maybe develop this one and weaken these eventually. So which reminds me, I think I will weaken it right here. And yeah, I think I do need to take a look at it some more. This one I don't like there, right here. So I'm going to cut that one right here too. So I like to leave a little space. I don't want the dieback to go into the trunk. So I do leave some little stubbles. And I'm not worried about the dieback because there's still going to be some little tiny future buds that are under here. And if there is dieback, it'll probably die back only to that point and not further. And it looks okay for now. Curious to see how it develops. Let's see, this one I probably don't want to do too much with at this point. I realized over here, I think I need to wire this down. Once I wire that down, there's going to be a left, right, back, and then another leader, and then alternating pattern shape. So I think I don't want to do too much here yet. I don't like this one sticking up like this though, so I'm going to cut that. There's a little bud here. Maybe I can go back a little bit lower and I'll see what happens with that. I don't like this one straight up though, so I may actually also cut that, which I will do. Why not? But you know, I don't mind kind of doing a wait and see. So I cut it back to an internode here, and some buds will eventually erupt right around here. So that's okay, we'll see and play with it for a little bit. It could be useful if I change the angle later. So I like flexibility when it comes to cutting back. It's like getting a haircut. You don't want to cut too much off right away because it's so hard to put it back on later. It takes so long or impossible in the case of bonsai. Today these ones really started emerging, or opening, I mean. And here the internode is way too long. I don't like this at all. I'm going to cut back right here before a little tiny internode right here. And we'll see what happens there. This one very long, no internodes at all. So I want to cut it, but I think I do want to wait and see. And instead I'm going to cut right here. Here, is that right? Yeah, I think I'll cut here. And then this one could be a new leader. What else? I don't like the way this one sticks up straight up right here. I've been thinking of cutting that as well, so I'll just go ahead and cut it. And you know, I don't worry because, as I said, there are potential buds that can erupt right around here anyways. As long as you don't cut off too much into the trunk, you don't have to worry so much about dieback, especially in spring. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out what to do with this. I may wire this down somehow and then even change it. Yeah, something like that. I've been trying to figure out what to do with this, but I think this is okay for now. I'll leave it and then just kind of wait and see. There are some branches here that I'll have to do something about eventually. I haven't decided yet, so sometimes I will just kind of wait and see a little bit longer. But here though, I think I don't want two branches here. It's gonna cause some problems later and it'll bother me, so I might as well just get rid of that one. Okay, so here we are. Let's see, so it's starting to kind of get interesting. And as I mentioned in another video, I don't really worry about nebari like many people do right away, but I find it more dynamic in bonsai creation to twist it, turn it in the pot, or maybe in the ground even. So I find later I can always worry about the roots. And oh, is this okay? And let's see, so final refinements on some of these trees in the back. I don't like this one, the way it's kind of poking inwards. I want the leaves to go outwards at this point, so I've been wanting to cut this one as well the last couple of days. So I'll cut it here. Ooh. And as I said, I've already cut to shape like a triangle. So I've been cutting things that were going towards the trunk and things that are crossing. over here, there's still some crossing or weird twisty stuff, but I haven't decided where the showman or the front is, so I'm still kind of waiting and seeing. If I do cut back a little bit more here, I'm pretty sure some buds can pop up here, and then a new branch will eventually there's already a bud here, and the new branch is going to emerge this way. So I guess I technically could cut here, but I'll wait a little bit just to not cut too much off, not waste too much energy, and I'll let the leaves do their thing. And the last one, this one has a lot of potential also. I did some light pruning, making sure that maintenance pruning, making sure that the branches are going outwards away from the trunk mostly. I don't like the way this one's coming up here, so yeah. But I'm going to keep that one for now because I realized I don't like this thing. This thing obscures the view, and there's like not many internodes here, so I'm not going to get many buds over here. When I have proper bonsai scissors, not just 100 yen shop dollar store scissors, I will cut it right here, and then there'll be a better view of the Ushiro Naida rear branch. I'll develop this as a lower branch maybe. I'll do something here. There's some weird crossing branches here, but again, these scissors are too weak, I guess, to really chop into these thicker branches. So I think I'm gonna hold off on this. And yeah, let's see. There's a lot of potential here, though. This one will be like a Maenoeda or a front branch, I guess. Yeah. And that's the rear branch. So I want to cut this right here and develop this one in the middle here, and this one will eventually go back towards the trunk and become my main branch eventually. As long as I keep weakening all the other branches around it, this one will be a very strong branch in the future. Far future, but I think I can do that, possibly. If not, then, I don't know, this one right here could be an interesting branch coming back this way towards us. And yeah, so this is a problem here and here. I kind of want to cut here, or this giant piece somewhere here. Keep this here. Haven't decided, but anyways, this one, I'll just let this one also just kind of push out the leaves, and then it'll give me some more time to think about it, give it some energy. All right, so here we are. My Japanese mountain maple is starting to look a little more interesting, I think. And I'll wait and see, and it'll be more of a corkscrew shape, and eventually there'll be one of these leaders here that I'll develop. And yeah, I can always develop lower branches. I know many people seem to develop them first, but I've had no trouble really developing lower branches, as long as you know how to weaken the upper branches, redistribute energy that the tree is putting into development of branches or things like that, growth, then you're free to really play around with so many things, as long as you understand the tree. But anyways, I hope that was interesting. It was fun for me to cut in front of a camera. But Luka samasta Sakina Bhavantu. Take care. Thank you.